I heard you're in love.
In love?
Billie Eilish is known for her scandalous relationships that almost always end in disaster. But she just might have taken things a little bit too far this time, because not only is she dating a man that's way older, but she also clowned her entire fan base who have been looking out for her. But why are people so convinced that this relationship is the worst one that she's been in? And is she really a victim of grooming, or is everybody just overreacting? Caught in a bad romance. Billie Eilish might be one of the hottest trending artists in recent times, but in recent times, what really has people talking is her relationships, and how weird and creepy they are. Now, Billie likes to keep this personal part of her life private and away from the cameras, but she sometimes gives us a sneak peek into her life, and it's safe to say that her fans have not been a fan of her relationships because of how inappropriate and potentially illegal some of them have been because of the crazy age difference between her and her boyfriends. One of her first boyfriends is rapper Brandon Adams, who is also known by his stage name 7amp. The age difference between them is only 5 years, and while this may not seem like a big deal, it is actually concerning. Not to mention illegal, because Billie was only 16 years old when they started dating, which is below the age of consent in most places, seeing as Brandon was 21 years old at the time. So what this means is that he was a legal adult dating a girl who was a sophomore or junior in high school. And this relationship has given people the ick because it's weird to imagine him pursuing a high schooler when he should have known better. According to Billie herself, the relationship didn't exactly end on good terms because they ultimately realized they both wanted different things in life. Speaking about the relationship, she said, "I just wasn't happy, and I didn't want the same things he wanted, and I don't think that's fair for him. I don't think you should be in a relationship super excited about certain things that the other person couldn't care less about. I don't think that's fair to you. I didn't think that was fair to him. And there was just a lack of effort. I literally was just like, dude, you don't even have enough love to love yourself. You can't love me, dude, and you don't. You think you do." If that relationship was weird, well, the next one was even weirder and certainly creepier, because not long after she broke up with Brandon, she started dating Matthew Tyler Vorse, and the relationship quickly sparked an insane amount of controversy because of the age difference between them. At the time, Billie was only 19 years old, while Matthew was 29, pushing 30. There were speculations that Billie's bad relationship with Brandon is the reason that she chose to start dating older men, and Matthew was dragged for being an almost 30-year-old man dating someone who was pretty much fresh out of high school. And he was accused of being a creep and a groomer, with people leaving comments like, "Does anyone else feel like it's a little creepy that Billie is 19 and Matthew Tyler Vorse is 30? Feels a little groomy." Matthew Tyler Vorse is definitely grooming Billie Eilish, or has been for a while. 19 years of age, is still under 21 and still isn't full adult age. He's 29 and should know better. I'm not a fan, but seeing this makes me sick. In the age of Me Too and Time's Up, this needs to be addressed. And he's 29. Does no one else think that's kind of noncy? Like, yeah, she's still 19, but still, that's a massive age gap, and she's only just legal. Billie has never been the type to let people's opinions influence her personal life, so she didn't address the controversies surrounding her relationship with Matthew. However, that relationship didn't last very long, and they broke up after a while. Matthew was accused of cheating on her, and he got dragged so hard by her fanbase that he had to take to his Instagram stories to defend himself, saying, "Nobody cheated on anyone. Relationships end, simple as that. Creating rumors and lying on the internet is dangerous." The fact that thousands of people take time out of their days to write the most heinous things on someone they will never know's posts is the most cowardly thing you can possibly do. Live your own life. But just when people were celebrating Billie's escape from that weird relationship, she started dating singer Jesse Rutherford, who is the lead vocalist of the band The Neighborhood. Cradle robber. Billie Eilish and Jesse Rutherford first sparked romance rumors a few months ago when they were spotted out and about, and once again the possibility of a relationship between both of them creeped people out. Because even though Billie is only 20 years old, Jesse is 31 years old. Fans held out hope that they were just hanging out as friends and that the media was reading too much into the relationship, but that hope was quickly dashed when paparazzi took pictures of Billie and Jesse locked in a kiss. They were also spotted on a date at Crossroads Kitchen in Los Angeles, and a fan described the date as being intimate, saying, "Billie and Jesse had dinner at Crossroads Kitchen in West Hollywood, California at 8:30 p.m. on Thursday night. It definitely seemed like a date, and they stayed there for 3 hours. They had pasta and other dishes. During their dinner, Billie touched the back of Jesse's head for a long time. He kissed her on the cheek, and they both kissed on the lips. Billie looked very good, and they seemed comfortable and happy together. They didn't get up at all from their table during the meal and were focused on each other and looking in each other's eyes the whole time. At one point, they spoke about their plans and possibly going to a party at the Kardashians." Someone also managed to get a picture of Billie and Jesse on the date, and we have to admit that it does look kind of intimate. Even more, the restaurant looked quite full, which tells us that Billie is more open about her relationship with Jesse than she was with her previous relationships, which suggests that she's not trying to hide this one. And this is what makes it worse for her fans because they find the relationship completely improper. Someone commented, "I'm sorry, but it's so weird that Jesse Rutherford is dating Billie Eilish. He's 31 and she can't even legally buy a drink." Another person said, "Billie Eilish is like them girls I went to school with who were sleeping with year 12s when they were in year 9, thinking it made them look mint, not realizing how dodgy it was. Jesse Rutherford is 31 years old and he looks about 40. Billie Eilish can't even drink yet. Weird AF." And this other person tweeted, "Is anyone else disgusted by Billie Eilish and Jesse Rutherford dating? Is that not weird? He's 31 and she is 20. As bad as this sounds, the story gets even weirder from here because it turns out that Billie has known Jesse since she was 15, and he was a fully grown 26-year-old man. Billie was a huge fan of his because of his work with his band, The Neighborhood, and she looked up to him in so many ways. In fact, numerous sources claimed that Billie was obsessed with him to the point of idolizing him, and he could do no harm in her eyes. This is another reason that people find it weird that he's dating Billie, even though he pretty much watched her grow up. He met her as a freshman in high school when he was 26, meaning that he was way past the age to even be a college student, but somehow still found her attractive enough to pursue romantically. This fact disgusted people even more, and they left comments like, "Jesse Rutherford, weird as hell for going after Billie Eilish, who he has known since she was around 16. Foul man." And Jesse Rutherford is 31 and has known Billie Eilish since she was like 16 or 17. And now that she's an adult, they're dating. Weird stuff, especially considering the parasocial dynamics between her and a pop artist that was making hits that were influential on her genre when she was a child. This somehow gets even more disturbing when we take a look at one of Jesse's songs titled "Single," where he said, "Just a baby, but she's growing up so fast, and I'm allergic to the waiting. She's just a baby girl and I love to watch her dance, but it's making me go crazy. Can you let your baby be my girl?" Coupled with his weird relationship with Billie, this has led to speculations that Jesse might actually be a cradle robber. But this somehow gets even worse because Billie and Jesse are so unbothered by the bad rep their relationship is getting that they decided to mock the comments by dressing up as an old man and a baby for Halloween. This was the height of it for Billie's fans, because not only did she mock the concern that she has been getting, but she also glorified cradle robbing and weird relationships. She also made it clear that she doesn't care what people think about a relationship and how inappropriate they find it. She's gonna keep doing her thing no matter how weird and off-putting everybody seems to find it. But is this relationship going to last longer than her previous scandalous relationships? And is she really going to look back in the future and regret things? Time will tell, but in the meantime, check out this next video.